Hello, hello. Welcome to Healthy Perspectives, a podcast that takes on current cultural and social issues through a clinical lens. Hello, hello. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your time. And without further ado today, I want to address it's not even worth putting it up on my screen for those of you following on Rumble or YouTube. How ridiculous American politicians are at understanding anything at the global level. I mean, they'll call themselves globalists, but their intelligence around global issues is absolutely insanely low. Look, mine isn't even amazing. But when I hear these politicians, I'm just baffled with a lack of understanding. And so today I'm going to give you 6 things that you should do going into the new year in 2024 as you're approaching 2024. Because if you do these, you are going to be smarter, more informed than probably 90% or more of the American population. And they're not that difficult. They're actually rather simple. They might take you a little bit of time. I mean, all in, if I'm looking at my list here, hold on a second, let me tell you. All in, I would say 6 to 8 hours of your time. 6 to 8 hours. You don't even have to finish everything on my list, and you will still be 90% more intelligent in terms of understanding the global issue around Israel, Hamas, Gaza, Palestine, than 90% of the population of the United States of America. Because what's unfortunately occurring is people are trying to learn and know these things in 30 to 60-second clips. And don't get me wrong, there can be some good information that comes out in a 30 to 60-second clip. Matter of fact, chances are I'm going to turn some of this podcast, this very one that you're listening to right now, into 30 to 60-second clips in hopes that I could get people to pay attention to the long form. Okay. And the long form today is not going to be that long. It's going to be pretty short, really. 6 things for you to do. Number 1, the very first thing that I would love for you to do, and for those of you who are following on Rumble or YouTube, I'm going to make this absolutely so freaking simple for you, because I am going to just put it up on the screen. Number 1 thing to do, study a freaking map. Learn where Israel is. Learn where the West Bank is. Learn where Jerusalem is. Learn where the Gaza Strip is. Learn the map. Understand the map. Now, I don't even care if you memorize it, if you understand it fully or partially, but you should know where Jordan is. You should know where Iran is. You should know where Lebanon, Syria, for those of you who are following along. You should understand that you are talking about the very northern tip of Africa. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't actually know that. They don't understand how much water is around it. They don't understand what the Jordan River actually means in that particular part of the world. They don't understand that it's literally the center of human existence as we know it. Now, you could argue that other places have been populated just as long and but this has, for the longest time, since biblical times, been an epicenter. It's the middle Okay. And if you don't know that, if you don't understand that Saudi Arabia is there, if you don't like, there's so many basics to understanding this. So for those of you who are following along, you got to see, I walked you through a tiny bit of the map. If you don't know the map, then frankly, stay out of the conversation. You don't have to go there to understand the dynamics that happen purely because of the geology and the history of the area. Okay. Number two, read Mein Kampf. I know. I am like you're talking about reading a book made by one of the craziest people in the history of our planet. And yet, if you don't read it, then you won't see the things that are going on right now, like this Alexandria Ocasio Cortez talking absolute stupidity at Christmas time. Like, and the thing is, if you understand the Jewish history, like I can't emphasize this enough. You can learn a ton by understanding what Hitler thought and what Hitler did. Dude was crazy, by the way, but you can learn a ton and you should be doing it. All right, number three, learn Palestinian history. So many people right now in the United States think they know what the hell they're talking about, and they don't. They don't. Look, as a clinical person, a counselor, there's certain things that I have to stay up to speed on. Psychology, which is the head, heart, and soul of an individual. Sociology, which is small groupings and how groups interact with other groups. And culture, how the big picture works together. And let's be real. If you don't understand Palestinian formation, which by the way, 1960s, not a long history there for you to have to study. Okay. If you don't understand that they were Jordanians prior to the 1960s, then you're a fool and you need to do some work. Yeah, go ahead. Look that stuff up. I'm not making it up. Okay. I'm not even a huge history buff. You just have to have a desire to understand what's actually going on in reality, not what's going on in the media. Okay. Number four, study and understand Hamas and their history. They are evil. They are evil. They are evil. And they do it all under the guise, this umbrella that they would call morality. Now, I'm all for morality, folks. I understand we have to be a moral people. But to rape and kill and torture and call it morality? I mean, come on. It doesn't take a lot to figure out the contradiction. A moral corruption is evil, and Hamas is morally corrupt. Number five. Look, I don't expect you to do all of these in completion. But if you spent 6 to 8 hours doing a little bit of each of these, your mind would be blown. And our culture here in the United States would benefit from the fact that you took a little bit of time to gain actual intelligence about world stuff that is affecting all of us. And going into 2024, frankly, it's going to affect us more. Number five, read the Bible. If for no other reason than its historical context, which, by the way, is the best historical document that we have on the planet to this day. It captured reality in time periods over thousands of years. It captured the reality of human existence. Read it. Understand our human history, not the Jewish history, not the American history, not the Jordanian history, the Palestinian history, the Egyptian history, all of it. Understand all of it. It's all in there, and it's not that difficult. Number 6, learn the real lengths Israel goes through to protect life in war. There is this perception going on in the world. I'm watching it. I'm listening to it. I'm not naive because I pay attention and I do my due diligence. And I know you all don't have all the time in the world, neither do I, to do your due diligence on every single issue. But do some diligence on this one. Israel goes to great lengths to protect innocent lives. Do they get it right every time? No. Does the United States get it right every time? No. But the lengths that a group of people will go through to protect the innocent tells you about their character. Do I think that Israel is doing everything perfectly? That's not what I'm saying to you folks. But when you do a little bit of understanding of this stuff that I just went over with you, just a little bit, you're going to walk away and you're going to know beyond a shadow of a doubt the Palestinian struggle, the Israeli struggle, Hamas's influence, our overall human history better, and the real, absolute, real attacks on the Jewish people. And it's happened in our history over and over and over. And not because the Jewish people are evil. That's the weirdest part of it all. Do they get it right every time? 100% no. Matter of fact, go back and read the Bible. It says it in there. The people, the Jewish people, they moved away from God. You're going to see it in there. Yet this kind of persecution is absolutely uncalled for. It's uncalled for. And you will see it. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do this today. One is because I want you all, as an intelligent audience that I know I have, the followers that I know listen to my stuff, I want you all to be better informed. This is a very short list of some things that you can do to be better informed. But also because I don't tell you what to think. I tell you how thinking should occur. I gave you a book about somebody, Mein Kampf, who is absolutely evil. Not because I want you to learn evil ways and repeat them. Quite the opposite. Because in learning things, we can learn what not to do. I wanted you to study a map of Israel. Why? Not because I need you to be an Uber driver in Israel or the surrounding area, Gaza, but to understand the impacts that the area has on the people. Because let's be real, if you live in the mountains impact you. If you live on a lake, the lake impacts you. They call it the lake effect. If you live near a river, then you teach kids about water safety much earlier. Why? You have to. If you live on the open plains, you teach people about herds and herd mentality. Why? Because if you're out there on the plains and a big giant pack of animals comes running towards you, you might want to know what to do, right? Understanding a map of a location matters because learning history of a people. Look, the American history is not that long. And yet, the Palestinian history coming out of Jordanians, the Palestinians, which by the way means the same thing. If you don't know that and you misuse or misrepresent information, you perpetuate stupidity. And I don't want you to do that. Studying evil like Hamas and war tactics like what Israel is doing to protect people. Reading the basic human history, the biblical human history. And I'm not saying biblical because I am forcing you to go and become a Christian. The biblical history is still the best historical document on the planet. And if you haven't taken the time because you want to see it purely as a religious document, you're lost. I'm trying to help you be better rounded so that you can think and make more informed, accurate decisions in the present time. So that you can understand when we are being led down a path that we've been down before in human history that failed miserably. You should be able to do those things. Those are psychologically good things for you to learn how to do and to practice doing. Sociologically, you can have better, more intelligent conversation with your friends, your family, your coworkers. If you'd get a little bit informed. That list of 6 things, some of those are 15-minute jobs. Like seriously, 15 minutes. It doesn't take more than, okay, for some of you to gather the information, it's going to take a little bit of time. But it doesn't take more than 30 to 60 minutes to learn about the Palestinian history. Now, can you know all the details? Absolutely not in 30 to 60 minutes. But you can learn a lot. You can learn the basic outline. Like I don't want to overwhelm you, but I also want to see you become more intelligent when you are in conversation with people. And to be honest, the main reason this came up even is because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is so freaking naive and people believe her. Mind blown. Why? Because we're a 30 to 60 second clip culture. And she can say things that sound so much more intelligent than they actually are. I don't hate her. Not at all. But she's not very bright when it comes to certain things that she opens her mouth about. Just as important as all the things that I said. If you are uninformed, you might want to consider the possibility, just maybe, you should keep your mouth shut about that topic. It's okay. Matter of fact, it's good to say, I don't know. I said that in the middle of this podcast. I said to you, I am not the biggest history buff. You can ask me a bunch of history stuff about Palestine, about Israel, about Jews, about Gaza, and I will probably not know a lot. I do know enough to have at least my radar picking up things that are absolutely inaccurate. And that's a big, big part of what you and I need to be able to do in this really fast-paced information culture. I hope that this was helpful. I hope you learned a few things in here. I hope you have at least one or two ideas of things that can make you a better citizen of the United States, a better, more informed knowledge seeker in general. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like, subscribe. All those things do help us stay on track with being able to bring you podcasts routinely. Thank you so much and have a good one. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate our audience a lot, so we give you some simple ways to track us down. Please like, subscribe, and follow all the podcasts on different platforms, but you can also email us at healthyperspectives@protonmail.com, or you can check out our website at healthy-perspectives.com/podcast. It's a backward slash. So if you want to go to our landing page, if you go to healthy-perspectives.com, you'll still find us. You just got to click on the podcast button. Thank you so much.